Welcome, everybody. Welcome to day 3 of the Essentials.tf stream of our coverage of poLANd.tf. It is I, Tabs. I'm joined once again with Beta. Beta, everything's improving. The TF2 is improving. The set is improving. We have chairs now. My hangover's improving. How can things get any better as the land goes on?
I don't believe your hangover is improving.
It really isn't.
No, we're coping. But yeah, this is going to be really good. We're into the final 4 teams. It's going to be so exciting to see how they're going to perform because we are here with 3.5 stars, aka the Frenchies, going to go up against MANDEM. MANDEM has had a pretty good land. They've been really good, but then 3.5 stars, they went from being the worst team in Prem, literally, that's what they were. And now they're just like muscling their way through the finals contenders in Dorf and everyone else. They're just getting so much better. And it kind of feels like they're one of those land teams where they could just hype themselves up and build themselves up until they're just like punching their way through everything.
Yeah, this is the lower bracket semi-final. This is deciding who gets on the podium, basically, and who actually gets a big fat stack of keys to walk away with the land, not just the memories. And so we have, obviously, like you mentioned, MANDEM versus 3.5 stars. We should probably go for the rosters. Production, bring up the team that's going to win. 3.5 stars. Okay.
Move. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't have picked it for production, but okay, fair enough. 3.5 stars. They are our champions. And okay, what's going to happen, Beta? What are these roster players that we're going to be seeing?
Yeah. So I have like Dwo, Daly, Patchouli, QB, Jokster, Raf. It's all really seasoned players that have played a lot of lands. Like, QB hasn't played that many lands. I think this is his first international land, but he has gone to other French lands. And he's been very good so far this tournament. You can just see, like, their numbers are all pretty well distributed and, like, no one's falling out. So that's just a really good sign of a good, well-put-together roster that know how to play with each other. So I think I almost feel like it doesn't matter. How good are they? Individually, because they're just going to be like this mass of hype.
Yeah, they are a tight-knit group, and it feels like no one is underperforming on this squad. Everyone just seems to be like playing together well as a team. Really makes you kind of cry a single tear of joy for a game of Team Fortress 2 for this squad like this. But I am going to give a mini shout-out to QB. I feel like he's popping off, and thankfully the stats back me up just a little bit in this regard. But otherwise, everyone else has just not really been slacking. And it's great to see they've got that land buff.
Yeah. It's a real thing. We saw the Germans. They kind of crumbled. They had some really bad losses, as far as I'm aware, where they were up a whole bunch and then they just lost a bunch of rounds in a row.
Yeah, and then you have obviously all these other little lower teams that are just nicking rounds, nicking a couple of maps off them, and kind of maybe puts your confidence through the ringer a little bit. And you want to be confident going into all your games.
Yeah,
but. We're going to look at their next roster that they're going to be facing off against. It's going to be MANDEM, and if you've been living under a rock, then we've got you some rock information.
Yeah, all right. I love this bug, by the way, where half of them are like the wrong color, and it'll just slowly fix itself. It's so good. It's like they're imposters on the team.
No, this is where the 2 spy classes, spy mains, Boulder and S&H. Oh, there we go. Okay, that's the real disguise. All right. So Piggles is playing Medic. Adiski on that Demoman, ringing in for Fancy. Nikki will be showing some soldier gameplay, usually rocking the scout class, but he's been doing an admirable job on the old Roma. Haunts is pocketing about. Boulder on that pocket scout, and S&H on that flank scout.
Yeah, I actually want to... Like, Haunts has been playing very Romers to me. It really feels like he's just been jumping around and trying to get behind a whole lot, while Nikki has been tanking a bit more heals overall. But yeah, I think Adiski is the most interesting here, because if you know, like, Adiski is probably known to you for being, the soldier that helps, like, that played on 7 a bunch. But before that, he was a demo main. Yeah. So it's kind of a return to the roots, and it's been really fun to see him back on that class, and he's been really good. Like, I always rate Adiski really highly, and I feel like he's just really, really smart, and he has good DM to back it up, and he has good comms.
I think what I like about this team is not just Piggles and his personality, but the fact that Piggles and his presence in the team. Usually you have medics in a team where they will kind of just be like, yes, sir, yes, sire, don't worry, I will sort this out. Piggles would be like, you guys aren't following me enough. Okay, you're making my life difficult. Change this, change that. He takes charge, and usually a vocal point like a medic and having that must be quite nice. And yeah, I think that's what makes them like operate just that little bit more efficiently compared to other teams.
Yeah, it's like there's definitely a LAN type of player where they're just really loud, have really big presence, and they're not afraid to
correct people.
Talk. Yeah, and talk really loudly. So, like, I feel like that's a really good thing to have on LAN, and just have someone on your team that can yell louder than on the enemy team.
Yeah.
Right? Like, when you win a round, you want them to be able to hear you in the other room.
And he's a big morale presence. Like, even when things are going badly, this man is cracking off jokes. He's making his team feel happy. Yeah. And we all know you play your best when you're feeling pretty good.
Yeah. And, like, it's been really good vibes to be in that room when they're playing. It's, like, even when they're losing, it's just like, that sucks and blah, 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 and then they're just moving on. Like, there's no... there's no, like, dead air where it just feels like everyone's uncomfortable. It's just a very comfortable atmosphere. Yeah. And so that has something to say.
Now, as you know, Beta, this is the low bracket. Best of threes are kicking in at this point. No best of ones kind of craziness. Has been going to a couple of best of threes, as you probably can see throughout the little journey of our little tournament here. We've been seeing a few kind of sneak their way in, but mainly in the upper bracket. But the low bracket seems like players are kind of getting tired. Some are actually getting sick.
Yeah, yeah, that's very unfortunate. There, we actually have Bruceman has some food poisoning. I love Thomas's comment of like, the captain is rubbing off on him.
Yeah.
Just the pocket soldier and the food poisoning.
Truly like a wondrous player of Euro, but because of that one moment, that's his legacy right there, that poor enchilada.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a big part of LAN. You don't forget about these things. Like, it's just as important what you do out of game as it is in game. And I think the fact that it's the first match of the day, people are literally having to just stop the room from spinning and like actually get some breakfast in and involved, and this could be a task for some of these gamers.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about it. I think they're all very experienced, so like they're going to be fine. I think.
Yeah, they're experienced at being human beings. Hopefully they can roll out of bed and like maybe get some food down them without puking. But all right, I'm just going to ask the simple, skinny question: who's going to win?
I would put my money on MANDEM. I still think they're the superior team, and it's just a matter of like, can 3.5 stars find that LAN mojo that just where things happening that you can't really put any specific like values to it, but it all just kind of works out. It's kind of like how TLR won last TF2 season, right? Where they just kept winning games. Where they're like, how are they better than them? Like, I don't know. Like, they kind of just they won because they are winning.
I'm going to go a bit contradictory. I'm going to go with the 3.5 stars. I think the LAN buff is kicking in. I feel like that tight-knit group of dynamics is going to kind of hit MANDEM harder just because obviously they have a couple of ringers involved. They haven't felt every sort of particular situation. The only thing I'm worried about for 3.5 stars is when things go completely awry for MANDEM, they bring out that SNH sniper, and it's caused a lot of problems for other teams. They've even been rocking it on Golden Cap mids.
Yeah,
so just kind of,
so they believe in it.
Like they truly believe in it. And, I mean, I've seen results. You've got that sort of LAN buff with the sniper. It really is like a point-and-click adventure game for that guy.
Yeah. It is a real thing where you just, like, you go for this kind of niche strategy in really tough situation, and it can just kind of throw people off enough.
Yeah, it's just not regular TF2. People are not used to that. Where you have to like, what do we do on a sniper on process? But I'm not sure if we've got the map picks or the map bans already kind of coordinated out. But we're waiting on the players, I'm afraid. I guess they're all still having cigarette breaks. They're having a great big huddle, probably going over to Yak for map pick advice. Pick cough, even though you're bad at cough.
Yeah. That's a good call right there. We're currently sitting on Granary, but I'm pretty sure that's just random.
Yeah.
So it probably doesn't mean anything.
Well,
I'm trying to remember, like, what have they done? Like, wasn't MANDEM good on process?
I feel like they're good at, like, tempo maps, so just something that goes quickly. So, like, a gully wash, maybe a process or something like that. Whilst over on 3.5 stars, I think if they kind of smidge it down and slow it down a bit, something like a Granary, I almost said Badlands there, but like that's really coping.
Like my problem, I haven't actually seen 3.5 Stars play. They were always playing like whenever I was watching
Snakewater. They have a pretty good Snakewater from what I remember. They've been taking maps off of teams they probably shouldn't have on a Snakewater. So I feel confident in that.
Yeah, that could be a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just have to see. I'm personally hoping for no Snakewater because all the worst games so far this LAN have been on Snakewater. We have a heavy fist fight.
Oh my god, you don't see these nowadays. Whoa, heavy fist fight? What's that? That's a mallet. That can't be legal.
Yeah, all right, go boys. Let's see. Who is this? It's Piggles versus, is it QB? Or is it a D-ski?
It's your average DM.
It is QB.
Oh, no, it's lost. That man's got more powerful stats than any medic.
Yeah, all right. We currently have 2 heavies on each team. Usually it's just a 1v1.
Oh, it's fine. We've taken care of one.
Meanwhile, the Piggle's spin bot is fully activated.
That's a stray bullet. That's like
my, that gives him an advantage.
Yeah. Whoops, sorry, didn't mean to. Teehee.
This is kind of like in Open when they try to organize a heavy fist fight and everyone's just dicking about and nothing's happening.
This is very double mix vibes.
Yeah. Like, look at all these shenanigans
average
happening.
I think they're just literally fiending on the stream, like, we'll just waste some times.
All right, like we do have some chat over here. They're just they're picking about who's going to fight. Adiski's counting them down. Well, he counted down from 5 to 4, and he's looking up what comes next.
Yeah, gave up.
Yeah.
Twitch chat counting.
All right.
Oh, trading sandwiches, cubes.
Was that just a strategy for the main heavy?
This looks like the fight is actually beginning. So a bold strategy. We're not even like trying to scale back. We just go straight in, holding mouse W. So well done to QB. That means they will get the choice of which color they get to choose on this first map.
I think it's for the
for the
maps.
For map pick and ban.
Yeah. So they get to choose.
So there's no sort of like, okay, I guess they will come from the same stages of that lower bracket. So it's not like anyone has a particular advantage coming from the upper bracket.
No, I don't think so.
So yeah, fair enough. I think you probably want to be Team A out of the map pick and ban.
Usually, yeah.
They both want that.
Yeah. So I can see why the power is that. I think they usually get the first pick, don't they? And
you get the first map pick in usually. That's how it is different. It depends a bit on how it is organized.
It does facilitate those teams that kind of do their homework a little bit, and you know what the enemy team likes, so you can kind of go
like sometimes you want to like actually go second because you get like 2 bans in a row and you like ban out maps. But I think
plus, if you don't know what the enemy team's like, sometimes your first map pick is like their ideal choice, and they're like, oh. Great. Okay. I guess we'll take this map as well.
Yeah.
That's happened a few times, I think, this LAN, where people are literally just picked into their best map, and they're like, oh, sweet. And then you see them take that first map as well. So but there's been plenty of data and also an entire night for someone to just Google all that information from MANDEM. So hopefully they should go into this with a good little advantage. But while the teams now actually have the order they're picking in, they're going to be doing the map picks and bans in the background. Again, if I'm MANDEM, Gully Wash, Process. Do you agree, Vita?
Yeah, I like all of those maps. I think fast-paced maps are probably going to be. I kind of feel like 3.5 stars. They should just go for maps where momentum is really good. So I like Granary as well, where they can just steamroll a whole bunch.
Oh, so we've actually got it live. Ooh la la! All right, so 3.5 stars. They just getting rid of product. They think that's just like the clowny sort of DM map, where anything can happen, and I don't want anything to happen. So let's get rid of that. Yeah. Sunshine being banned out from MANDEM. Kind of a slow place map. You can be kind of stuck on last forever. And it feels like second is really hard to hold on to in a kind of momentum-based sort of after a mid-roll. So understand. Granary, the first pick from MANDEM. So like you said, it was a bit more momentum once you kind of get that mid-fight going and then push them back to last.
Kind of the opposite of what I was expecting, to be honest. Like I would think 3.5 stars would favor Granary.
Yeah, I thought that too, but maybe they did some cooking on it recently over...
Maybe they're already on Granary. It's just like, let's just play it.
Plus,
don't want to change maps.
I feel like it's a map where a demo man can have a lot of influence on this map, and Adiski might be like saying, hey guys, pick me Granary. It's a one thing.
Yeah, but
there you go. There's that snake water that I want for 3.5 stars. That's what I'm talking about, boys. All right. So snake water has been a very high success rate for 3.5 stars. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, you can play really slow. You have a really good sniper in QB. And obviously, like, the soldiers are really powerful in those bombing situations.
If I'm MANDEM, what map do I just hate? What do I not want to play? I probably don't want to go near...
I think Bagel is going to get banned.
Yeah,
I
Bagel seems like a good shout. Although, when you see a product ban, it makes you... There you go. So, God, we're just geniuses at the video game. And if I'm 3.5 stars, I don't want to see Gully Wash. That seems like a bad call. And a process last. I think everyone... process is bestest.
Yeah, I'm expecting a process... decider here coming out. I think you're right. The Gully's going to get banned, but like either one would work. This is nice. They get to pick the last one.
Yeah, they kind of hit the same notes anyway, but I feel like process is a little bit more well-rounded for things. Gully Wash is a bit more soldier-friendly, and I think the soldiers kind of hit just that little bit harder on MANDEM, but that's just my kind of 2 cents.
Yeah, but we'll see how they decide to do it here, and
I'm thinking about it hard.
Yeah. By the way, QB, according to himself, so maybe don't trust it perfectly, but he says he has a 100% win rate in heavy fist fight, and I believe him because I always see him win these heavy fist fights. They love doing them, and he always seems to win.
Yeah, the Frenchies are constantly mixing, constantly double mixing, and all that. So he's probably one of the more veteran heavies ever. There we go, Gully Wash ban. I think they're just fiending on the stream and listening to our insight here.
Yeah. Must be. Nothing else makes
so obviously
sense.
By process of elimination, it's process.
Yeah, there you go. Good little pun to round it out.
Thank you.
You have Granary, Snakewater, and process. That's almost as standard as you get.
Now, you just know the complete opposite's going to happen. 3.5 stars will take Granary. Snakewater will probably go the way of MANDEM and the process.
Yeah, that's what happened
they'll
yesterday.
end up in a tie somehow.
Yeah. Like, I think the Germans, they played against, I can't remember who, but like they usually took each other's map.
Yeah, it's happened a lot, actually, I think, throughout the LAN. Usually, maybe overconfidence, I don't know. Yeah. All right, so we're going into Granary as our first map. Any sort of footnotes you could tell the audience here, Beta, about this map that you might want to keep their eye on in this
I can tell you what's important to me.
Of course.
There's
no such thing as a wrong answer or a wrong opinion.
Adiski has been using the stock grenade launcher, aka the Chad pipes, all tournament long, and obviously those are really good on Granary mid because you can lob them over the
and the rollers actually go in that sort of exit way. Compared to
but actually they detonate in perfect head height, when you lob them over.
Oh wow!
Unlike the Iron Bomber where they detonate higher up. So they have this really beautiful arc, and I think in general most people say the Iron Bomber is better than stock pipes, and I would agree. But the one thing stock pipes do is that they have some spam angles that are better every once in a while. And Granary mid is one of those.
Yeah, it's just those tall sort of crates that obviously facilitate that. They have to just kind of lob over those sort of things. Whilst if you had some sort of shallower map like a Badlands, I mean nobody played Badlands anymore, but you know what I mean. Something of that sort of high caliber. Maybe that's where you see those Iron Bombers kind of hit a bit harder.
The shorter fuse time can be an advantage on that.
Yeah, it was really annoying on Badlands actually. That Iron Bomber feels a bit OP because there's a lot of single square areas where you just no.
To be fair, it was OP at the time because it just had a better hitbox.
Oh yeah,
touche. So no wonder it felt that way. But it was always nuts, and I still think it is better in general because it gives more consistent damage. Whereas with the pipes, if they're all clumped together and you hit that direct pipe, you're going to do so much damage. I think the Iron Bomber will tend to do 30 splash to people in the radius, whereas the stock pipe does 60. So it's actually twice as much, but you're less likely to hit with rollers. So, yeah.
Are you going to give a caster buff to any particular player out there? Anyone that's you're a big fanboy of? I'm not saying that they're going to pop off, but anyone that you'd like to see pop off who deserves a good performance on stream.
I think QB's going to do well. I think that's the easy call. I think he's going to be really, really good. And I also have I think Yeehaw or Nikki is really good on Soldier. I always see him mix on Soldier on Granary because I think he just really likes it. So I have a feeling that Nikki is going to go huge on Soldier on this map. I don't know. That's not really based in anything super specific or like brainwave activations related things. It's just a gut feeling.
Yeah. I'm going to give a blessed buff to Soldier mains because I once was a Soldier main. So I will give it out to Raph. I think Raph is just not only a good human being, I think he needs a good human performance here on this Granary.
Good main caller.
Yeah. And a big, I think, sort of counter buff to Haunts as well. I feel Haunts has had really good LAN, like actually pretty consistent. And every time I'm like watching a game, he's just very tidy. As in like people are, when they go for these greedy plays, Haunts is like, no. And those sort of things that don't get too much of a shout out, but he's being consistent about it.
Like Haunts kind of has like the drag thing where he's very quick to like go for counter attack. Like he plays fast as well, like we saw with Witness Gaming yesterday, right? Like it just I think he reads situations really well, and he will get in very quickly.
Yeah, I feel a lot of the reasons why other teams were knocked out earlier, Haunts stops that for his team because he's actually like rolling a tight ship on his like his. Well, not just his flanks, but just people kind of weaseling in and trying to get like picks in like that.
Yeah. All right, and we are playing Granary, so I feel like we should mention here that Granary Mid is very notorious for just being an absolute clusterfuck.
Yeah.
All right. Like it is. We were talking about how demos can be pretty good on this map, and they can be good. And yeah, that's true. But like on mid, good luck surviving as a demo man. Like if two soldiers want to kill you, they probably can.
They just go into the air and it's an orbital strike. They see everybody from like a god's point of view and just wail on one poor soul.
Yeah.
And the scouts, they don't have much territory to really jump away from. They're just like boxed in.
Yeah. So mid, it's going to be really chaotic, very, very fast usually. Like it can be a slower mid, but pretty often we just see two soldiers in the skybox from both teams. So 4 soldiers up there, and then it's just going to be some quick cleanup. Yeah. That's kind of what happens. And if you wipe on this mid, you can get rolled to last really fast. It's one of the harder lasts to hold with Uber Disad, I feel like. So it's just really conducive to these fast rounds. Fast round, let's go into a round real fast.
Let's go. All right. If you're just joining us, this is the lower bracket a semi-final of MANDEM versus 3.5 stars. They will be going into the lower bracket final if they can take all of the maps they are needed in this best of 3. I'm Turbo Times. I'm joined with Beta. We're here at poLAND.tf on Essentials stream. What's happening on mid, Beta?
We have the demo man just slightly spamming his all out, but here come those two soldiers. They're going to be jumping in. Actually, kind of doing a bit of a loopy-loop. Both teams are taking their own side, but here we go. Looks like Hard's going to be the first victim here as Dwo will actually get taken down by an arrow. And right now, their positioning is so much better for 3.5 stars. They have the center, but they're actually not really gaining that much from it. Okay, Deli does a ton of work. Can he get the medic as well? He hits him with a pipe. Actually gets a saw there.
Oh my god, he's actually brought out the samurai sword. He's trying to chase down Pickles, give him an honorable death, but he will get back to his team with said Uber charge. But with the noob charge expelled out, it's still a mission success for 3.5 stars.
Yeah.
The only redeeming factor that was happening during all that, SNH got behind and did bully Petruli in the back lines, but apart from that, still a good start for 3.5 stars.
QB is behind. He is being sneaky. He's just standing in a random corner and waiting to activate here.
Back cap?
He could go for the back cap. Yeah, there is a slight Uber ad here in Pickles, so maybe they're waiting to see if they're going to push on this. All right, like Pickles, he survived, and then it took a little while before Petruli actually spawned, so could be a real push here, and if they go for that, he can just go for the backup. Looks like that's actually going to be the case here.
Yeah, they are in, so it does seem like, oh no, what are we going to do, Teehee? So, and QB is now come out. He's started the back cap just as they're capping, so during all this chaos, they might have just realized now, and they're all gunning it back. Scout taxis straight to the second point. He's capped it, and I don't think he'll be able to make it.
Last.
There's no way he will be able to do that. He's going to hide instead and try and bait out an easy 1v1, but no, it's actually a 1v3. and that's mission accomplished. They do delay that mid capture.
Yeah, great stall tactics there. Raph and Patchouli both survived that, so now they have the full Uber as well. They are going to be a scout down, and look at that. They're just in here on MANDEM. They don't care at all. They're just going to push the momentum here.
Yeah, the only issue is you're hoping that Pickles would use
there's an airshot on the soldier. Haunt's in the skybox. He's going to crater. Okay, actually, well, the scout will just eventually get him, and then Raph went for the counter sack while that was happening, and he did not succeed either. So maybe we're going to get a bit of peace here.
Scouts got in on the left-hand side, so this does have to force a little bit of diverted attention from the rest of MANDEM, and he's instead taking the fight into the yard area, and he actually commits in SNH, and Juxta's holding his ground, backing up by his teammates, and with 2 scouts down, they can definitely make a push for this.
Yeah, they got the force out as well. This is really good. Dwo will have to give up his life for it, but that was really well done. They were actually a man down for quite a while there, 3.5 stars, but they just went in with the pressure. All right, Sticky's diffused there. Good job, Raph.
Good job, Raph. Well done.
Oh, they're actually going to pop it in.
No, this is going awfully. Thank goodness they got the kill onto Adiski there, otherwise this would be a terrible Uber, as they lost 2 people even before the Uber started.
Yeah, it looked like a miscommunication almost. Like Patchouli was fully ready, and then Deli was like behind him, like, we're Ubering. Okay. As a yard is about to be contested real hard here. Soldiers jump in. Niki's going to be the first one. I suspect Haunt is going to come in here now. Yeah, a lot of pressure going on. Raph will be the final person to go down while everyone else retreats.
Repeating history. No. Juxta does get 1 kill, but it actually sandwiches in the rest of MANDEM. But the 3.5 stars just aren't feeling confident about staying in that fight. Half of them are already back down to mid.
Niki's in on the medic. Gets 1 rocket. Oh, he's not. He
no, that was some prime beef if I've ever seen one. Get the barbecue ready.
They do get Deli for it, so he did some damage to the demo man and will end up getting that. And Raph going down as well here. Nice pipe from Adiski. The midpoint has changed changed hands, and this is an extremely aggressive game of Granary, if I've ever seen one. You can really kind of feel that Granary has had a lot of pro versions where they make the chokes bigger. You can really feel it. Like, people just walk through these chokes.
Well, Haunts goes down, trying to get in, trying to be aggressive and go off those big door areas like you were talking about, but doesn't work out this time round. But it's okay. They can go back to mid, lick their wounds a bit, and wait for him to respawn. But yeah, I think it's just down to whether or not they commit in. I feel a lot of kind of indecisiveness from 3.5 stars. Some of them want to kind of stay in, fight, and they get all this. A lot of people in MANDEM in these bad positions that would really hurt if the rest of 3.5 stars committed. But then I don't know where they are.
Yeah, it might just be a bit of the morning jitters where they just need to really warm up and get on the same wavelength here. But we actually do have a real proper stalemate where you actually have like people watching the doors on all directions. You can see Dwo over on the far right, going to hold that. Adiski's just going to peek out here. Actually, a soldier jumps through very aggressively, gets 1 decent rocket there. Did he get launched? Right, he was so fast.
Yeah, and Patchouli actually caught out away from the shutter door, so no sort of kind of guarantee of safety against that soldier, so could have gone down there. He's going to go for another
Niki goes
crack
in
at
as well.
Straight into the middle section. Patchouli brought down, not really enough to kind of follow
he
up.
Actually, he dodged the airshot, and then the airshot, then the rocket hit like the pipe above him and actually sent him down a bit. So, yeah, scary situation. I think if that had directed him, he would have cratered if he didn't pop it. But yeah, good try. It was a very weird timing there from Niki. I think that's kind of why it worked. So.
Those launch pad areas, though, are once the first one has happened, you can kind of telegraph and prepare your scouts for the next sort of one that's going to come in. So unless they've got like multiple ways of doing this, I think it should get harder with each attempt that Niki does.
Yeah. Okay, Haunts tried to go for another skip jump there. Kind of beefed it a little bit. He's not going to get more heals? Okay, I assume he's going to get more heals. Never mind, he has no time for heals.
No, we'll go down. I mean, maybe if they throw in both soldiers at the same time, but it does make it a bit scary about holding this Granary mid, because soldiers and their spam are quite valued at this point.
Yeah, it kind of surprising to me. Like, normally when you go for these type of plays, you will have like your demo man spamming pipes and stickies or whatever, and you have the second soldier either following up or at the very least pressuring. You might have a scout trying to peek in there and see if they can find a good angle to plus forward onto the medic, that kind of stuff. So far, it's just kind of been like Hans go kill. And I feel a little bad for him because it's just like he has to hit the perfect skip jump and then just nail 2 to 3 rockets.
They are rotating people around now to support that jump going in, but the scouts already have his number completely. And
what a pipe from Deli onto Nikki. Han's going to get taken down as well. That was beautiful. So once again, these soldier bombings are not doing work.
I mean, I like how they're getting more progressive in the cost of, okay, well, that's just a demo man down. They pop Uber early because they're expecting the beam to be on the demo man, but it's on the other side, and, embarrassing as they have to just waddle all the way back out, Peter. Yeah. Oh, the Uber comes out, actually, but truly, this is what I'm going to show you a good Uber, says QB, as he takes out the demo man, and actually the rest of MANDEM are kind of hidden in little crevices for them away from the rest of that Uber charge. They can't really find anybody else.
There's a 1v1 scout duel going on, and QB's going to win it against Baldur. Really well done there. As this is a pretty chaotic situation, but we've seen that these teams, they like to actually just go in on this, and there we go.
Yep,
Raf's going to jump in. Missed the air shot, but Hans will go down.
That's an early kill onto Hans, who was kind of shot whilst looking away. Nicky goes down and trying to kind of back up his dead compadre, and finally this mid is going to exchange to the way of 3.5 stars. It only took, about like 10 casualties before it finally fell.
Yeah, we haven't spent a lot of time on last points so far, but we have spent a lot of time exchanging second points. Basically, yes. Once again, we see a soldier try to jump through. Somehow Dwo survives that. He jumped through. I want to say he failed his jump a little bit, jumped into Hans, and then somehow managed to get out.
They might be flanking around, you know. Oh, actually, no. They throw in Duo on top of Piggles, who's playing near that corner to support Adiski in his spam, and doesn't quite work out this time, but it probably left him a little flustered.
Yeah, Hans actually going to go in there and aggress onto Nicky, take him down. Right now, Jockster is just in. He's kind of caught, but the rest of his team will eventually pressure them back.
There's too much spam. They just have to leave over on MANDEM.
QB wants to Uber. Look at him. You can just see foaming.
Yeah, they just pop the Uber in. They do force it out, and they're trying to make the multi as much as possible because there's a lot of people concentrated in this area. And yeah, they should successfully get this out. And now they can try and play the game from this point on. It's kind of eyes on Deli, I think. And maybe Juxta, though, actually has a good line in and gets the kill onto Adiski with a demo man up. Surely, nice rocket from Raf. Nice second rocket from Raf. Fantastic flanking coming out from 3.5 stars. This is the opportunity they need, and they're going already into last with a nice soldier kind of pressuring that point. Very well played by 3.5 stars on the map choice of MANDEM.
Yeah, what a money flank coming out there from Juxta and Raf. They did so much work. Really, really well done by them. And like you gotta just gotta respect that. As we're actually just showing some highlights here. That's really nice. This is the flank
this is the
Raf.
big flank.
Like darn near. That looked so beautiful. Like you gotta love whenever you can get the soldier up top.
It's fine, Deli. We'll pretend we didn't see that. It's okay.
Yeah, Deli with the perfect rollout.
Adiski though, he's like, this is how the old.
Adiski's confused. It's like, where is he?
So doesn't quite really even out to sort of an insta-kill on the demo man. Adiski, a lot of pressure starting out, and the soldiers are going to be right on top of his case. He wants to leave poor Piggles, but they won't let him. Will go down, and with a medic advantage to 3.5 stars, they have one job and one job only. Keep Patchouli alive.
They're going to retreat out here. Adiski, he wanted to chase, but he doesn't have enough health. He can't just jump in. He'll just get insta-give by a scout. So they're going to get this midpoint here, but the medic surviving. Patchouli is just going to build his Uber, and they're going to be able to push back into the spawners. And like Piggles, he's not even going to be there to give up heals. I think, was he on crits for like a second there? Maybe. It looked weird. Maybe he just switched spawns or something.
Yeah, it could have maybe humored the idea about it. But I think it's much more reliable just to stick with the medic gun. I think you're at points where you're going to be transitioning a lot. You can't really switch off of it too easily. So they're going to push in from this right-hand side. It worked so well last time, but the much stronger case of counter over on MANDEM this time. Much more coordinated. They won't make the same mistake twice.
Oh, Adiski gets caught out, though. I think he was just expecting everyone to push back in, but he didn't have quite enough just support coming in there. I feel like both teams are a little bit, like, just a slightly bit uncoordinated in those moments. And also, I feel like we've had like some soldier beefs early on. I think they need to warm up.
Players have a couple of different gear options, I think, for different situations. Some think you should fight, some things you should fall and go back. But eventually, this will even out as the game progresses, I suppose, and things become a bit more black and white in the comms.
Looks like they're going to go in now with the Uber, see if they can prevent these soldiers from landing on their medics' heads. So far, they've done a pretty good job, but Nicky will pay for it with his life. Trade out with Raph. Duo on the flank, though, gonna pretend to do a backstab, maybe? Actually, it is just a full-on backstab onto the enemy combo. And actually,
oh my god, they just bring everybody. Is this a backstab? As they will pop off their Uber finally now. They're fighting in yard. I don't think they can really commit to the mid.
Disky's behind. Yeah, he's like locking off that entrance.
Okay, well, we just did a kind of weird ring around the roses for a half a second there, but 3.5 stars should more than confidently hold this mid just because they have the respawners coming in ever so quicker. And yeah, that was just weird. Really weird.
I love, like, neither of the teams are playing scared for sure. Like, they're doing things that kind of look off, but they're very decisive. And you know, if you catch a team off guard, that can really work out. In this situation, probably Dro should have waited for the rest of his team, because if they were going to go in that way anyway, might as well just have like Dro either jump in later with them or just go behind and make sure that.
I wonder if it crossed the mind of 3.5 stars just to go straight to second there. You know, just oh yeah, they're hanging out in yard, but the point is over here.
True. Like this is the 7 CP map of Granary, like this yard point. There's no point out here to defend, but it kind of feels like it's a
value territory in the game of Team Fortress 2.
Yeah. All right, Soldier Dwo. Okay, doesn't do a skip jump or anything. I thought maybe he was going to pull the trigger here, but
no, they're just both trying to support each other's Demoman's like spam play around these corners as much as possible, but nothing seems to be coming up for either.
So far, like we haven't seen the soldier bombs get the medics. But at the same time, I also feel like if they had perfect rockets, they could have definitely gotten it.
I think it comes down to who's spending more resources on what and whether or not they can punish each other or not get punished for their punishment.
Yeah, true. Nicky, pretty far forward here, wants to get onto Delhi. And like Raph is also peeking on the flank. Like yesterday, we saw Witness Gaming do a lot of where they just like overpower the flank, so where Haunts is holding right now. They would just send in a scout really aggressively that way and just try to DM Haunts, right?
Yeah, just throw Tomas and like, well, at the worst situation, he'll trade. And then that would be the entire bit.
But we haven't seen that at all so far this game. So I kind of wonder, like, this is definitely a way you could try to break this. So, you know, if your soldier's not working, okay, they are actually going to send a scout and a soldier in there. They are literally listening to the stream. As Juxta will win the fight in here, and now he's behind. This could be trouble. Yeah,
they feel a bit spread thin over on MANDEM as they did try to rotate some players around to support that side, but then just as one fire was made on one side, another is formulated, and now they have to support the Disky, who still eventually goes down to the sheer aggression and just aggro hate from the rest of 3.5 stars.
Yeah. Ubers are out, but definitely this whole situation's favored 3.5 stars.
Juli's got an Uber charge ready. Adisky's still down. They've got Boulder on Sniper, so maybe a Heaven Snipe from above might bail them out, but they're taking their time with it, actually.
Yeah, Juxta going down here is super annoying. This is a one scout that's not going to be able to pressure the point. And they're just bleeding Uber at while all of this happens.
Now they have to wait for that scout. That Piggles is building a lot of valuable Uber charge up. He will more than likely get an Uber charge at the tail end of this fight.
Yeah, here we go. Uber's going to come in. Big jump in there from Delhi. Hasn't really taken down the sentry gun or anything. They're going to take down the heavy first. That's probably fine as well here. And it's pretty evenly traded so far, which usually favors the defense. Soldiers are getting absolutely shredded. Piggles is dancing around, somehow not dead. He's on 5 HP, and he will survive that. Really great hold here coming out from MANDEM. They're going to be able to retake second, and yeah, just too much time was wasted, I think.
Yeah, it's just a game of math on the last point. You have a lot of health to chew through with engineers switching out and sentry guns to clear, and obviously the heavy weapons guys are tasked in of themselves, so it just went their way in that regard, and nobody majorly throwing. I don't like the prioritization of focusing the heavy
Raph
then
is
the
just
sentry.
Destroying Nikki. That looked really cool. As yeah, entrance denied for sure. QB's on the flank right now. Is he going to go for a play? No, not really.
Horns is going to be feeling very pressured. He's probably begging for his team to come back. Thank goodness those rockets worked out, and that allows SNH to actually go straight back to his team and support them in this mid capture. Yeah, you always sweat bullets as a roamer on a map like Granary, the most obviously punishing map when a scout gets behind.
Yeah. Looks like Hans is going to find his way over on this left side and find that it's completely open. So, yeah, right now.
Doesn't want to commit, though. I think he had an opportunity to actually get the flank on there, but instead just wants to pressure from the front on that left-hand side instead. Raph will go down, and I don't think that scout got the memo. He's going to go down as well. The bleeding players, save your friend syndrome. And, oh, God, they could just keep rolling with this over on MANDEM. I don't know what's taking them so long.
It feels like 3.5 star, like half of the team retreated out of the yard and the rest of them wanted to hold it. But they were just too indecisive there, and they're going to be punished really heavily for it. As this push is going to come in. It's actually Uberad on the defensive side, so they need to be a bit careful.
QB's taken down. He thought he could get a cheeky sniper in, but didn't expect them to push it in so quickly, so that's got to be a value pick. They've even forced out the Uber, but truly just thinks this is the time to where we usually use our Uber charge, but they actually haven't used theirs at all. They use it very late. They're coming straight in. I don't know why they really need to focus the medic, because he's not really too useful right now, and finally they will shoot the men with guns, and the ones with guns left are just the blue team. They all get around on the board.
It was a pretty interesting pop actually on Patchouli. He got jumped by a soldier. He surfed really well over to the other side and landed next to another soldier. So it was like, okay, fine, I'll pop. Yeah. He really didn't have any choice there.
It was a bad read by QB. Going sniper at that point when they were already in, you were just basically feeding your life away. Imagine an extra heavy weapons guy or maybe even a scout in that situation. Definitely would have been a tide turner.
Yes. We have another mid now. It's 1-1. This is anyone's game. A really tight one. We were kind of predicting this. It's very hard to predict who's going to win a match like this. Let's see if these soldiers are going to decide to come in, as we do have a bit of scuffling so far.
Yeah, everyone's playing their top halves. Nobody's going for the aggressive early jump, seeing if they can just pick out someone nice and weak starting off, and the jumps will be coordinated and thrown in now. Haunts will go down, but allows Nikki some room to get the focus onto Delhi. So the Derriman advantage up over on MANDEM for their two soldiers, and it's just too rich for their blood. They're going to back out, but I've seen some teams take this fight.
Yeah, that was a very slow and ponderous mid from both teams. They didn't want to commit. It's pretty rare to see both teams go for this. Raf's going to just fight his way through.
He's eager, and actually it might get the kill onto a Disky. He is, keep in mind, the only heavy class that's kind of like roaming about here. That's kind of an unnecessary jump in for my liking.
Yeah, I think he just wanted to get like a quick suicide onto the medic. He had so much space to work with that. He figured it was probably the best opportunity that he was ever going to get to. Really
Still pressure though, despite Duo going down. I think it's because they have the flank team in on the left-hand side. This medic is caught in no man's land though, has to use the Uber charge. Piggles is probably laughing with glee. They lose a couple of players, but as long as that Uber charge is still in the back pocket of Piggles, this is a good situation for them.
Yeah, it's very interesting how they will just lose a player and they'll just stay in. And in these situations, it looks like MANDEM.
Oh, no. It's fine. He feels the beam. He sees it. He's instead going to go for the easy Demoman pick, I thank you, says Raph. And, yeah, back out. That is just kind of like a soft way to stop that push.
Yeah, just the sneaky corner goblin, just waiting it out. He's going to eventually get a pick.
Sneaky corner goblins. What are you going to do? Demo men as well aren't the ones that check for goblins. Usually that's a scout's job or a soldier's job, you know?
Yeah, true. But yeah, definitely always check your corners, kids. You know, whenever you cross anywhere.
Quick PSA with Beta.
Yep. Which way do you look? Depends on whether you're English or Danish, I suppose.
8 minutes left on the clock, Beta. When are you sweating bullets? And if you're on which team, which one's sweating more bullets?
I feel like they're both sweating bullets right now. They've been looking a little shaky.
I mean, this is MANDEM's map pick. They're supposed to win this, you know.
True. So yeah, maybe there's a bit more pressure on them here, but Yeah, there's still quite a lot of time left. And
Ooh
oh my god.
Well, that's a long walk, my friend. A long walk. But maybe we'll see him in like 2 minutes' time.
Funnily enough, they just got a pick here on Nikki, and now they're not going to have a
They're
scout. Oh,
they get the force as well.
Oh, this spy is going to be so funny.
Oh, I mean, can the spy backcap?
It sure can. I mean, they're not going to expect the spy
They're
now.
definitely not going to suspect it. And this is the part that takes about 2 minutes, is this damn invisibility watch going across all the way across yard. And it's quite, you know, a busy, high-traffic area. There's scouts and there's soldiers weaving in all about the place.
Yeah, you can see he's just taking damage, just trying.
His team is further along than the spy.
He just actually uncloaked just to reach out.
I think you just need to disguise as your previous class, my friend.
Yeah. As I said, this spy is going to be funny because all the things you usually want to do with the spy, they have already done that. They got the force out, they got a pick.
I mean, this is just part 2, and they have an overcharge.
Soda's going to jump in, gets body blocked really heavily there, Raph goes down.
Oh no, it's a fake fail, I'm sure. Oh no, I failed the push. What are we going to do? Oh, but Piggles is so active and already moving to the other side of the map. They actually used the overcharge on the flank, so maybe...
Spy opened the door. Oh, they didn't notice? Like, SNH didn't notice?
Not paying attention. It's just too much. It's a high-profile game for these lads, and they aren't paying attention to all the fine details. QB is having a most scenic tour of the map I've ever seen.
Actual, like, CCTV camera.
Oh, my God. Okay, maybe we'll get Nikki instead. Oh, no, he's rocket jumping about. QB's actually playing Assassin's Creed than any other game of Team Fortress 2.
Adiski goes in very aggressively, somehow doesn't get focused down. He should be feeling really lucky that didn't happen.
Boulder's gone down. They're on top of the medic. He actually gets the pipe. It does mean they are a Demoman down for Mandem, so having to kind of continue the push in. Haunt's going down. By the way, let's check in with QB. He's still on second point.
He put some time on the point, all right?
It's like an A story and a B story in a TV show.
Yeah, B plot is currently...
yeah, it's going very slow. I feel like this really brings the series down, personally. QB, he's revealed himself that I was a spy the entire time.
All right, at least he's in the thick of it now. He's found his corner again. We're back in familiar territory.
What does he think that's going to happen? They're going to forget about him? He has to decloak.
He's actually in a really good position right now.
Yeah.
With Pickles where he is. And there's a lot of pressure on him.
They got the kill onto Adiski.
Oh,
3.5 stars are just playing 5 versus 6 at this point.
Oh,
He's actually going to get the stab of the Scout.
Scout just bravely randomly
actually, this is working out. Pickles is running out of targets to heal. Nikki is going to go down. I think the next soldier wants to commit in as well, but he's at full health. That's another soldier down. Piggles has no one to heal. He has to run back. Adiski is going to come back to the world of the living, but he will finally actually get a heal target. And Pachuli's actually going to get his Uber charge first out of all of this action. That's insane.
Just like they drew it up, right? As Raph's going to jump in very aggressively, Scout in as well. Is this a 4-man sack? Is that what's happening here?
What the hell is going on? I think Kubi has his shenanigans has just completely bled into the mumble, and we have just lost all sight of what a string of regular TF2 should look like.
This is so weird. I don't understand that 4-man sack. It was like one at a time into a sentry gun with a medic and spawn. There was just no chance.
I don't know. Maybe in this minute mark, all the planets have aligned and everyone's just like lost their brain cells for a hot minute there.
Yeah, it's worth noting now that it's 1-to-1, and the map time is less than the round time. So you can't just sit it out and wait for a golden cap at this point.
Yeah, and we're back to that yard and mid kind of hold that we've been seeing for most of the game. So it is a true test to see who's mastered this part of the gameplay.
Oh, looks like they're going to try and jump a soldier.
Oh, Juxta. He's entering left with the confidence of a 32 HP man. Haunts should have an easy time with this. He does have another soldier to deal.
But Patchouli went down.
Oh my God, he actually has gone down. Yeah, so with the medic going down, I think they just need to deal with all these stragglers that's caught behind. Maybe they might not know about Juxta, who's still behind.
Yeah, this is actually they're playing like they did. If they knew there was a scout behind,
they are playing kind of bottish. So I think maybe can get a back cap going. So the back cap should start relatively soon. But Nicky has gone down during all of this. And he takes the fight against him. Doesn't actually get the kill onto Nicky. So back cap option taken away from them. Piggles has used his Uber charge to get that mid kind of controlled.
Forced him out. Yeah. So. I mean, it's not
a snipe from QB from the forward spawn. Piggles goes down. Another unfortunate set of affairs for MANDEM. They still have a lot of health on them to get this second point, but that calls the round into question.
Absolutely. That is... It really feels like everything's breaking down right now, like all the basics. You don't push that way when there can be a sniper in forward spawn, right? Like, that's just a really basic error here. So it feels like these teams are nervous, man, and they're not fully... wound up yet.
Oh, okay, nice little exchange between the two soldiers, and both Petrulli will get his Uber charge just that little bit sooner, just because he came back to the world of living sooner than Piggles did. So expect an Uber from. Okay, no, guess not. I guess
don't expect an Uber.
I think they're just going to sit back on last instead. But there's going to be no round reset, you know. So maybe they're just going for the draw.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. That's basically the same thing, right? Where you just go into a golden cap as. This is about to run down here with time. We have 2 minutes left. If MANDEM go in completely wipe, I would still push out because you can win a round in 2 minutes if you have enough of an advantage. But that's pretty unlikely. They're going to do a double stack.
Suicide-ish wave as they will take out the sentry gun pretty quickly. Plus Demoman too. There's a bit of hatred pointed towards Petrulli, but none of it connects, sadly.
Yeah, Raf is out here trying to see if he can get a counterattack in. Looks like he will not be able to find anything. I don't even know if he managed to identify where Piggles was hiding out during all of this. That was just like, I think at this point they found out that, they're not going to re-push us, so like it doesn't matter if we send in a demo man or something, right? Yeah. Normally you don't want to send in a demo man because you can get re-pushed.
Haunts jumping in, identifies where Petrulli is, doesn't get the second rocket, however.
Yeah. I mean, this is sort of a nice situation just because you can do so many things for free, but you are running out of time. It's about a minute now.
Yeah, they're actually going to try and rebuild the sentry gun cheekily over on 3.5 stars. Usually teams would feel like the pressure's coming in too thick and fast and would just keep a heavy weapons guy only, but they have got at least a level 1 sentry gun up, so that is probably going to give them a bit more confidence in their defense.
Yeah, I think they're at the stage where they're just going to do an Uber.
Oh, no, Uber pops nice and early. They're instead going to exchange Ubers. That's a very early pop coming out for Petrulli. They just don't want any sort of mishaps and mistakes happening. Sentry gun already cleaned up. Duo caught and overextending. Now you get to finally feel the pain that we always feel pushing into last. Heavy just trying to chip them down with as much 5s and 2s and as much as possible. And already some point pressure, but Raf is just doing so much damage and he's on top of the point control, and just keep them away. 10 seconds left on the clock. More than doable. Nicky takes down the heavy weapons guy. Raf and Duo, though, can just keep shooting the ground over and over again, and it will lead to a draw.
It was a valiant effort there. A really nice push. I really like how they basically Ubered in one door and then switched side to the other side of the point, and then eventually managed to work their way out there. But yeah, that was a very back and forth game. Obviously, the highlight was the QB spy being outrageously funny.
Yeah.
Like, that was just
that's happened a lot throughout the tournament, I think, is these spies would come out and then they're like, hey, it doesn't matter. We've done what we designed to do anyway. The spy really needs like a job to do if his tasks are taken away.
It's funny because I feel like spy is usually better at land for some reason. I think it's just like the extra noise and all the people behind you, like jostling about.
I think usually people think spy is bad at land because obviously you have to be quiet, you know, obviously you got us shouting in the background, "That's a spy! It's a spy!" and it might get caught up on the speakers or whatnot. Yeah. So, but
we are in separate rooms right now. I don't think these two teams are in the same room.
Yeah, that is a good point as well.
So there's less of that.
Yeah, and we don't have to do that annoying thing for casters like, oh, look at this change that we can't talk about here. Let's see if it works out.
Yeah. Frenchman, if you know what I mean.
It feels very baguette all of a sudden. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm glad we don't have to do that. We actually have our nice little phone booth here,
yeah.
where we're nice and safe.
Yeah.
And we can just yell as much.
Sadly,
as we
we're trapped in here with production though. They can throw shoes at us if they really wanted to. High production. How's it going?
They're being outrageously annoying all the time, obviously. But we are going to go into this golden cap here. I'm trying to think of who has had the better mids. I want to say 3.5 stars in general, maybe.
I think it's been 50-50.
Yeah, it's been pretty even. Like they had 3 mids.
Yeah.
So not too sure. But I will say, like, there's been a bunch of times where I feel like 3.5 stars, they're in the better position. They have the center, and they're kind of like fighting for the high ground from there. And then,
I think all the mids have been like soft wins where somebody will get a pick on a medic or a demo and they just decide to, let's back out. And, and
my all-in mids.
And then it's all been these yard fights.
Yeah. That's true. There's been a lot of let's retreat out with 3 players and wait it out while the other team
that's you expect that in a low bracket semi-final because it's very careful gameplay. Anyway, speaking of gameplay, we're into our golden cap. If you're just joining us, this is deciding our first map of the lower bracket semi-final. Remind you again, I'm TurboTabs. I'm alongside Beta with the rest of the Essentials.tf crew at poLAND in Rouge. What's happening on Granary? Beta?
I want to say Daly lost to the demo fight, but yeah, he's full health now, so it is all fine. Both teams, they've been kind of slow here, as Joe was going to be the first one in. He was kind of waiting to see if anyone was going to go in before him.
Oh, a nice solid rocket to start off the mid, but doesn't really lead up into an insta-kill, and with the soldiers just playing some DM.
Oh my god. Nicky and Hans just team up there to do so much work. But Julie is going to be alive and be able to retreat out here with the demo man, so they can set up on second and definitely put some pain on here as they try to cap that out. Like, mid is not capped yet.
Yeah, so. And second has to be given up just because there's too low amount of souls.
See, I think they might be able to put, like, if they get some soldiers in here, they can actually contest this second point.
Yeah, but they're already positioned to just, like, back out and give it with respect completely over on 3.5 stars.
Sometimes, you know, I kind of feel like you're better off just using the Uber to defend second.
Wait a hot second. 3.5 stars gained a round out of nowhere. How did that happen?
No, that's just the HUD being broken. It is slightly haunted, the scoreboard.
Hey, there you go, MANDEM. I knew you could fart out of that around just as quickly. Yeah. All right, 3.5 stars. They've got a heavy weapons guy. They've got their engineer, though. They're expecting a push, I think.
Scout's been really aggressive. Okay, QP, I think he was just like saw red and he got a kill. He was like, I'm going to go be a hero. And then he just saw like 3 players.
That is an aspect that you kind of lose a little bit with running the engineer, is you don't get that sort of like pickability of what the scout can offer. Just those ones that kind of hang around the corners and do those sort of 2 meat shot wonders.
Yeah. It's just less, I don't know, dynamic in a way. You get less options to go for some aggressive play here. But I think we're truly settling in. Golden Caps have a reputation for being kind of slow.
Yep.
And we're about to go real slow with the snipers.
Yeah, it is nerve-wracking, and it is a nerve-wracking game. It's the most nerve-wracking they've played all LAN. So I hope you guys have packed some sandwiches, as I think we're going to be here for a while. We've got 2 snipers, though, El Clasico of any sort of stalemate. And now we get to bet our horses. The camera person, Samus, is probably pulling her hair out. Who is going to win? Am I going to get this snipe?
Truly, my real nemesis this LAN has been snipers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always look at the wrong one.
What's in your camera opinion, who's the better sniper? Who's actually going to get the pick first? QB? SNH?
I think...
Oh, it's the sentry gun. There was the secret C answer, I'm afraid.
Yeah. There you go. And we were complaining about like not having, you know, that pickability off of a second scout when you go engineer. Well, if you get some random crits out of it, well, not random crits, sorry, just crits, because I'm pretty sure he's using the revenge crit gun. Yeah, so once his gun dies, he's going to have 2 crit shots.
Not random crits, intentional crits.
Yeah. That's the one we're going with. But yeah, I will say I usually favor the defensive sniper to get the first kill. It's usually easier to do.
Yeah, I think obviously the attacking sniper has fewer avenues. They have to look out for the door, whilst the defensive sniper, they can like stack up props. They can be in like the foreground of, you know, of the map and just be in anywhere and everywhere. Usually they're a bit more telegraphed though, because you can just peek out the door and generally look where that defending sniper is, whilst SNH is more like a whack-a-mole situation.
Alright. They're starting to type in chat.
Oh, standing still players. The fight is taking to the keyboard.
You can see he wants He wants so badly to go into some sort of hero.
The sniper's job, I would say, is always take out the other opposing enemy sniper, though.
Yeah.
I say this, SNH is completely focused on dealing with this demo man, but once you get that enemy sniper out of the way, it does free up the room to actually go out and snipe.
Hey, he got one. Raph just peeks his head over the wall.
A body shot as a soldier. How do you die to that? You can have 300 HP, my friend.
Guess he took some other random spam earlier on. Maybe did some jump. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
the snipe from QB. You were right. Defending sniper finds the pick first, and we have called that. So let's see if SNH can respond in kind. I'm afraid not, though. They're going to try and push in. I think with all these players down, that is more than enough credence. Oh, QB gets the kill. He gets the force onto them, and Boulder wants to, I guess, make something happen with the Uber charge.
Soldier.
Oh, embarrassing. Okay, so Duo buys a lot of time for his team by taking the brunt of that Uber charge. I think Boulder wanted more there because he actually pushed back past the scout to get in deeper.
Yeah, I've still one singular soldier, Nicky, in the yard, kind of keeping watch. He's not going to be able to stay there. He just has to get out as soon as he sees.
Uh-oh, it's one of those corner goblins.
Oh, yeah, you have to watch out for them. That was a really nice bait play there from Nicky. Jumps out, and then, yeah, corner goblin.
It's always the demo man that always has to suffer from the corner goblins. But, well, with Deadly going down in this part of the game isn't the worst and unholdable situation for 3.5 stars. And they have got that threat of the Uber charge as well. Pickles has his Uber charge now, so they might humor this idea because they know that it's
I really like this. Nicky goes in because there's not going to be any sneakers over the door. That's like the main thing holding you back from running in.
All they do, though, on 3.5 stars to try and rotate some
Hawks on the medic,
around.
gets one rocket, gets two, gets the force out. Hawks. Perfectly timed jump in.
Yeah, and they will respond in kind with their own Uber charge. Deli, he comes back just to go back down to the respawn again, and now they are being pushed all the way back to second point. Fortunately, this is that 7 CP map that you were talking about. They only just win the sort of pseudo point of the area.
Yep, Raph did have a bit of a flank going on. Unfortunately, he just shot a soldier in the feet and he surfed it away really nicely there. So we're going to see a push in here. It's just going to be a dry push.
That was a bit worrying. They actually throw in Nicky, who was hoping to kind of punish the rest of MANDEM, who was kind of like peeking a little bit, seeing if they could stop any sort of sentry gun setup or maybe get a cheeky kill. And yeah, it didn't quite work out like that. But it's an unconsequential kill on Nicky because they can't really do much past it.
No, indeed, and he's just on gunboat. So we haven't actually seen any like man treads so far in this land. As far as I am aware, we haven't seen like banners or man treads or anything like that. It's pretty interesting. It's just been cookie cutter gunboats.
Yeah, I think man treads is like that really deep part of the iceberg where you have to really feel like you're in a struggle.
Oh, it's a demo sack again. This is interesting. SNA is going to go down as well. So that's a 3-man sack. Will they actually get pushed on this? This should be very interesting.
Yeah, you have to realize that this is part of your plan if you're on MANDEM, and their plan is to just rotate and pop the Uber and force the defense. And it's a time for a delta split over on the rest of 3.5 stars, and they've done so successfully. This is why you don't see too many of these kind of Ubers here, Vita, because it just seems a bit suicidal.
Yeah, like it makes some sense. I kind of like this play overall, but
they did get Piggles out. That's the most important factor of the sort of you know, Hail Mary one-man Uber in defenses onto the second point. So they have pulled off that, but if they can keep snowballing it off these little advantages, I think 3.5 stars are going to be laughing still.
They're in a good position. They have mid. They have quite a lot of momentum here as well. It's not fully set up, the defense in yard just yet. And look at this. They don't care. They're just going in.
The soldier's got in quite unscathed, and he's doing a lot of damage. Gets a Disky down, and with a Demo Man up for 3.5 stars, they're kiting the damage very well for 3.5 stars. Poor Horns will go down to the sheer force of 3.5 and their blob.
Yeah, just the actual bust here. No Ubers in sight for any team. And this is just pure man mode, just muscling their way.
1 minute left of the Golden Cap. I don't think we have overtime in sort of Golden Cap.
No, we have the Golden Mid.
Yeah, so it will just go into it. They lose so many players on the transfer into last. I don't know what the play was. Maybe like a soft suicide wave.
Yeah, this was definitely a suicide wave because they are at the point where they can't be pushed back to their own last, so they can basically be as.
I don't think they want to push though. There's 50 seconds left. I mean, what is your best case scenario? You think you're gonna get to their last in 50 seconds?
No, yeah, right. So they're not gonna push out. You can't push out and take second, just because then there's an extra point they have to push through, right? But that's the worst case scenario here. So they just went for a 3-man suicide, and now they're just going to go for
go for a top push, see if they can get any of these players that are just away from the medic, and they can't, I'm afraid. They will force the Uber out just because Pickles is very loose and fast with it, and so they're going for the heavy push instead.
He's
on the top pipe. He's going to be doing a lot of damage by chipping people in, and it does steer the focus away from the rest of his teammates. Look at him, still going, chipping away at the lad. He's on top of the point. A scout backstabs him, can't quite finish the job. 30 HP on a scout seems to be the difference.
Yeah, that was really close. That heavy on that pipe stood there for so long, TurboTap. That is so rare to see a heavy not win a push like that.
And I like it when the heavy goes from top. He's just got that supremacy of like, I can bully whatever target, and you could see the sort of bait play of the demo man was like, I need to focus the heavy, it's my job, and the scouts can start like wailing into them in that sort of distraction play. But the defense buff, it's just too strong, because usually you've got not only a heavy to deal with, but a sentry gun as well, and these soldiers that just weasel out of these situations.
It is incredibly difficult to push these, right, because it's just even kind of situation, and you just have to hope you do better. Maybe if the heavy didn't drop down so soon, it could have worked out, but yeah, at some point you have to get on the point and pressure it.
I was talking to you last night about they need to give a buff to the heavy in like an attacking sense of way. They should make it so he caps more, like a ×3 cap, and that enables the heavy strats on these last, and that would have won the round instantaneously.
I'm pretty sure it's the worst.
Maybe I shouldn't balance the game.
No. You're probably better than Valve, but that doesn't say much, you know. But yeah, we're going to go into a golden mid now, TurboTaps. These mids, they have been pretty slow. They've been like some soft wins, but here's the thing, right? If you have 3 players alive, you can't back out.
Yeah, you can't just back out, and if
recap
you,
it.
if you killed the medic, and you think, oh, we got a medic, we can back out and just push him with Uber. You can't do that really realistically either. So what I'm suspecting, or please God, I hope so that the players don't fall into their habits, is don't go for the medic. That is a bait. It's a bait. Don't go for that medic, because you obviously, if you kind of trade away players that have guns, that can shoot people, and if they die, they are a crucial point of this. So I suspect just kind of go for these scouts, go for these soldiers, get your air shotguns out, and do these tide turner things like that. Demomen kills very valuable, as they usually do a lot of the tempo and sort of starting prowess for this fight. I think of the style of this sort of gameplay, MANDEM have been doing better, because Nikki and Haunts just seem to be winning these little skirmishes, these little one-on-one
they
fights.
jump into the stair
much better. Whilst Duo and Raph seem their style is, I'm going to go in and just lay down damage and get an advantage, and then we'll just deal with transitions.
All right, here we go. Golden mid. Winner of this mid. The first team to cap mid.
And also another, Pickles is rocking the crits. I like
They're
it. Both rocking crits. All right. Demo men turn up. Why does an army need to die when it could just be me and you in the ring? Both demo men rocking out top as well. It's a mirror matchup here on the golden mid beta.
Yeah, all right. We're about to see the most all-in mid of all time, I think. But actually, never mind. They're being pretty slow. They're both just playing through their crits.
Oh, no. It's going to be extremely slow.
They're both waiting for their crits.
First goes down. S&H. He's going to feel the pressure. And, a big crit's coming in. Started out. They get Patchouli. No crits. Will be happening for 3.5 stars. And Graf is only on 30 HP. Picture perfect moment, everybody. Snap one for the scrapbook beta.
That first crit sticky was absolutely perfect. Just did it for them.
Yeah.
And I don't know if both teams realized that the other team also had crit streak, but just slightly faster there. Sometimes just building.
And they threw Nikki in to get on top of Patchouli, so no other counter crits is to kind of deal with that as well. Yeah, picturesque, and I feel a bit like strong in my analytical boots, as MANDEM just kind of showed it their sort of like skirmishing power on these mids.
See, I think my takeaway is getting the medic is not a bait, because what if he crits you?
Touche. Yeah,
maybe they should just all in on the medic.
I mean, there is the kind of counter to that slow gameplay, and we've seen MANDEM actually rock this sort of crits against Witness. Yeah, because they really like this sort of slow gameplay and not like giving up a soldier like that. So, yeah, the secret sauce. But that is their map pick. That is the one that they're supposed to win, Beta. So
yeah, maybe a little bit more of a clean win would have been nice for them. They really had to fight for that.
Yes.
Like you literally can't earn it by doing more work than getting into a golden cap. And then
does make you wonder how this Snakewater goes, because if it goes quite instantaneously to 3.5 stars, you're probably quaking your boots a little bit going into process.
Yeah. Like usually Snakewater is slower than Granary as well. So this could be the slowest map of the entire land, and I'm kind of dreading it a little bit. It could just be really, really slow. But I will say, we didn't spend that much time on last points. I don't feel like. It was mostly yards.
No, not at all. You know what? We should probably look at some logs, maybe have a glance at them. But obviously, it takes a while. We need to
the thing is, you have
to combine them. There's golden caps. There's golden mids. Where do you even put all these stats?
Are there even logs for the golden mids? Don't they have to be like a certain length in order to be accepted?
Yeah, that's a good point. I think you have to just end the config, don't you? If you're on a golden mid. Also, there isn't like a game condition that's like, win the capture, but red team wins.
True. That doesn't really happen.
Yeah.
Actually, I've always wondered, like, if you could make like a practice mode where you just do like mid fights, right? So it's just like 20 rollouts or whatever.
Oh, that's really good, actually.
Yeah, that always weirded me out.
I wonder if you could run a tournament like that.
You could actually do that, yeah, right? So whenever you win a
hey, the logs are here. All right, so QB and Jux right at the wait. That isn't sorted by damage.
That's kills.
That's kills. That's why that makes a lot more sense in the world. I was about to say, I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
All right, so
QB's still up there with damage, by the way, and Boulder as well. So no slouches, but yeah, definitely Delhi being the big damage beast.
Yeah, they actually are the ones that are kind of tearing up the fights in that yard area. There was constant scouts going in on that left and then breaking up that yard from that halfway point and just kind of taking those sorts of little mini fights from there, and then the team supporting them from that point henceforth. It sucks to be a soldier on 3.5 stars, it seems, as they are just kind of dying for the cause over and over again.
Like, Drove definitely felt like he didn't have that much of an impact a lot of the time, but I feel like Hans and Nikki both did really well.
I feel like their mid impacts are just like stronger, and obviously they've got a high deaths just because, well, it's Granary. Your stalemates, all that, hurts the soul. But they were doing just that little bit more work on those mid fights, and I guess the other story you could maybe look at is maybe the differences in Demerman ever so slightly. Look at the amount of damage that Delhi's putting out compared to Radisky.
Yeah, but look at how good the crits were in golden caps.
Yeah, I mean, like if you win the clip, win the game, doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think Radisky's going to be sleeping soundly tonight, to be honest. Like. Yeah, getting out damage but winning the map, that's fine. I think you take that. Oh, yeah, that was some beef. All right.
I forgot. It seemed like a lifetime ago, but this was the map where QB just spent about 7 minutes on Spy in one life.
He just ran around and then got the juiciest lineup on the medic, and the scout just randomly backs into him and kills him instead.
Get down, Mr. President.
It's actually one of the funniest Spy.
Yeah. Oh, God, it's so close.
Yeah, right. Like, see, maybe if he would have stayed up on that pipe a little longer.
Yeah, or did a quick head count, looked at his HUD. There's no excuse now. You can see who is alive and who isn't. So.
What if he hasn't enabled it?
I've been walking around all these players. They've some have really clever HUDs. There's ones where it's like right in the center of the screen there. There's this many players up, idiot.
Right. Yeah. Idiot-proof stuff, actually. Yeah, can I get a HUD that counts enemy Uber for me, please?
I need a HUD that plays the game for me, please.
Yeah. I think that's called a map, or like a hack.
No. Don't let Sam say you. All right. Game 2.
Second map, Snakewater.
It is a slower paced map. The last is Stuff of Nightmares for all these teams involved. I mean, what do you do? What do you do on a map like Snakewater? It seems I'm not sure if people don't really roll out committal on the mids anymore for Snakewater. It's still kind of feel it out, see if we can find a weak link, take it from there.
At some point, usually, like they will jump in the soldiers. Sometimes they'll also do it kind of early and try to jump them behind. and then you can play from there.
Yeah, it's always like these boyfriend bombs, but they're always delayed. Always delayed.
Yes, and yeah, you don't go in immediately.
Yeah.
There really was a time where it just kind of felt like the team that jumped first would win.
Yeah, you used to just do that whole buff strat, just like that. Right, we'll get a super buff on our scouts, and then we'll just throw in those soldiers. We don't care what a soldier does, and yeah, take
scout
it from
them
that
or
point.
just walk over the point, and like that kind of stuff still works, but you have to delay it a bit.
Yeah,
you can't just.
You don't get too much of those pocket strats. I feel like pocket strats do really well against that sort of style of feel of them out sort of thing, because they're usually so swift and decisive, and they like work or they don't.
Yeah.
It's hard to adapt on the fly to those sort of situations, but. Then again, you actually all had to coordinate into a mumble and be like, right, guys, this is like the deluxe bomb. And then you actually like pick out jobs for each other. Can you imagine doing that work?
No, just count down like a normal person. Go like, I'm going to go in 3 seconds, let's go. Right?
Yeah, but then you have to
that's
like,
the normal thing.
And then tell everybody the plan on the rollout and all that instead.
Yeah, like you want to actually optimally do that, in scrims or in like map talks, and then you just go like, oh,
yeah, but nobody flicks out the MS Paint anymore. It's like, okay, if this situation happens, I want you to move to kitchen, and if this happens, I need you to do this and that and this. Now it's just like, hey man, I trust you.
Yeah, like most teams will just have like a couple of different mates, and they just call them like left and right.
Yeah.
Maybe. Like
or they just like identify the problems, like, hey, I'm dying a lot. Okay, let's just take it easy, or hey, we're not doing this. Just adjust that.
So I will say both of these teams, they've been doing a lot of running through chokes, right? So we saw it more and more the more the map went on. Like the last 15 minutes of the map, I felt like they were pushing their luck going through chokes more and putting on pressure, sort of like Witness style. So I'm actually expecting it to be a pretty back and forth, fast-paced sort of map here on Snakewater, just because you can run in on grass pretty easily, right?
I have a feeling in my bones that 3.5 stars are going to fart out an extra round right at the start, and then they're going to push the enemy team to the last at second, and they're going to stay there till the end of time.
Well, you can't do that because of the 5-minute.
No, the time will get extended, but basically to the end of the time. They keep flicking back and forth.
Let them cap?
Yeah. And actually, no, I suspect you're right. They will just stay at last, and they just have the round reset. But 3.5 stars will just keep pushing them back to last.
Just win every mid.
Literally Groundhog Day over and over at the stinking last point.
Yeah. All right. I like this because at this point we can only be positively surprised.
Yeah.
We are like absolute doomsayers for this game. We
I
had
mean,
a pretty
it's
fun
good.
first game.
It's like what you wanted. You wanted a game where it's mids only. Wish granted.
Yeah.
Monkey paw down.
Yeah. Monkey paw curls.
Yeah.
Gives me exactly what I wanted, but not really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we have Mandem's reaction to winning. I want to see that.
Yeah.
Show it to me, production.
Were they sad?
Give it to me. Crits should win.
Zonder 15 naar choke. 15 naar choke. Nice!
They've all started high-fiving each other.
Yeah. You know they're going to be feeling good after that. That is a really intense moment. It doesn't get much more intense than that.
It looks cramped when you got a bunch of viewers in. That is the one thing you could say about this LAN. There's not many spectators you can do with that sort of sitting behind the chairs. You have to be like very tactical about that.
Yeah, they're sitting back to back, so there's like two players sitting next to each other. Then you can stand between.
I was watching Varmkov Boogie versus I think it was MANDEM, and they were in the same room.
Right.
And I think it was MANDEM. Anyway, yeah, it must have been because it was Phoenix's team. So. I was watching behind him. I think it was like Blank. No, it would have been the other one now. I can't remember. Agen. He he got a kill and he flung out of his chair. I had to dodge him out of the way and basically just berating poor Yimpo on the other side. Like, that's what you get. That's what you get. And all this. You can't do this with the spectators now. There's bodyguards in the way.
Yeah.
So I don't know what reaction we're expecting them to do. There's no room.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't hear it here, but I'm just hoping that 3.5 stars hurt them. But I'm pretty sure 3.5 stars.
No, they're on a polar opposite ends.
Right. 3.5 stars on one end, and MANDEM is in the other end. So, yeah, unfortunately, not going to have the the mental aspect of the sound warfare.
Although they might do that thing where always the winning team immediately wants to leave their desk like, let's go shake hands. Suddenly they've got this all honor about them, when really they just want to smugly shake their hand like, yeah, sorry guys, cheat. You played well though, yeah.
I could really tell you were trying your absolute best.
Yeah, but just not good enough.
Yeah.
I love it. That's what LAN is for.
Yeah.
All right, we should be getting into Snake Water soon. I think we've all having little breaks and little cigarette breaks. This is what happens. The higher the octane game, the more cigarette breaks and toilet breaks were needed amongst all these players. Yeah. But just give you an opportunity to go to the bar back here.
Yeah. I was like, I just thought I saw a D-skin. I was like, oh no. But that's not him. That's,
speaking of, if you're really insightful, maybe you can keep an eye on if Brugesman starts walking past, and then maybe with TLR have some hope.
Yeah. Just rises from the dead.
Yeah.
It's like, actually, I feel great now, guys.
Yeah. How long does it take to get over food poisoning? Do you think you could tank food poisoning in about a couple hours?
No, I don't think so. I've had it a couple of times, not very often, but it kind of kills me for a day, you know?
Can't even play video games though. It's not the most.
Like you can play like Civilization or something. You know?
Right, turn-based TF2.
Yeah, like you don't want to do intensive, hardcore, competitive, high-octane, fast-paced gaming. That's
sadly, I don't think you can get a cultural win in TF2, so you're just gonna have to tank things on.
Yeah, probably not. Maybe Cube got that one.
Right.
But
the alternative win. That's what happens when you just time out it. The Golden Mid win is just an economic win.
Yeah. that makes enough sense for me, at least. Yeah. All right, we are back on the map. It looks like most players are in the server now here, so should be going live, but obviously...
no heavy fist fight this time, because I guess it doesn't matter if they're blue or red. People used to really care about that, Peter. What happened with that? Did we just get better at making maps? Or the
No. It's just all the childish Danish people that really care about being on red.
Yeah.
Quit.
Oh yeah.
I think that's the main
superior color and all that.
Yeah. Like red wins more.
I think there's a psychology behind it. They
exactly.
actually, they did it, and by a small, tiny fraction, red in team-based games usually wins more.
Yes, like they've done it in football.
Yeah.
Those kind of sports where they just look at red shirt teams win more.
Yeah.
It's not by a lot, but it's by a little bit. And like I didn't even need that study. I just want to be red.
That's why we need those features from other games where you just have your own jersey put into TF2. Poof, we've got purples and your pinks flying about. Although I think everybody will be fighting for the pink color.
I will say it feels kind of wrong that 3.5 stars are red in this game. Like the French use like the Le Bleus or whatever, right?
Yeah, the only thing that bothers me is when they switch colors between maps.
Oh yeah, it's the worst.
Because that's just, you know what I mean. I am a simple caster. I need to keep things simple. So when you change colors, when you change names, classes, I just can't hack it. Anyway, if you're joining us, this is Simple Caster Turbo Tabs, joined to you by Complex Caster Beta, and we're watching a second map of MANDEM versus 3.5 stars. MANDEM could win it all if they take this map away from 3.5 stars choice.
Yeah, let's see what these always do. Some of them hiding inside of kitchen, pretty standard stuff.
Yeah. No flanks allowed.
Oh, Hans is going to go in really fast there with Nikki as well. Nice swift there from Pachuli though.
He's got a lot of damage in. Actually gets a kill onto Raph, and this does lay down maybe a tiny bit of foundations for these scouts to work with. So, but they just have, it's just a 4v4. Scout versus Demo Man. Oh, nice pipes from Adiski. Just seems to find it a bit better. And with one player down, okay. Adiski goes down uncharacteristically
Presses
at this
his luck
point.
there.
So Scout Chariot versus Scout Chariot.
Yeah, it's just an actual Scout v Scout now, and
but Pickles pops first. They block the point of mid. They're trying to maybe make them multi. There's time for the second mid fight as all the team members have turned back up again. Horns with the most damaging rockets I've seen on mid.
Absolutely murderous rockets there from him. That's going to settle that mid for sure. Everyone's from 3.5 stars. They're going to have to retreat out of here. And yeah, like you can really see how in these tight mid fights, one pipe can make the entire difference. As Nikki just goes in there, he does a giant speed jump, wants to get onto the medic, but Pachuli somehow I mean, it wasn't quite as dangerous as it looked there. It was very unlikely that that second rocket was ever going to do enough damage, but yeah.
It's kind of funny to think at those sorts of long-range fights, the medic actually has the most damaging weapon out of everyone involved for those sorts of things. So Patchouli finding the kill onto Horns. Raph gets almost on top of somebody there, but doesn't quite work out.
No, actually beefs every single rocket, so Pickles giving him the wiggles. Not going to be able to hit him at all.
Oh, he's going to like that one. All right, 100% uber charge on Piggles. They do, I mean, you guess you could call it a 2-second, mini-second advantage, and they're trying to weasel
Hans is in again.
And Hans is back out again. Oh, then Deli even gets the kill onto an aggressive S&H, so maybe the Demoman kill might have justified that, but does not work out. With 2 people left down, the Sticky's identified by 3.5 stars. They're going to try and attempt to push in, but they're going from cheese.
Oh, Raph. I think he was thinking about jumping in behind there, but decides not to go for it.
Yeah, they're all just backing out. They know that the respawners are going to be back soon. And
I'm kind of surprised we didn't see the QB sniper, because it's really easy to push into lobby as a sniper.
All reliable S&H. They think very highly of S&H and his sniper, and he has done a really good job. I've been watching him on the sniper class. And it does have a land buff of some kind, makes it seem instantaneous with his reactions.
Yeah. Oh, Raph walks into a sticky trap, doesn't get deaded. He will live to tell the tale, but still actually pretty weak here. So S&H lines up. Oh my god, that soldier outlined through the door.
He gets a body shot onto the demo man, but doesn't quite get the kill. So Raph will clean up that sniper now, and this is our opportunity for any soldier to throw away his life, get onto the board of the logs.
Do you hate KDs as well?
Oh no, not again. Please, no, QB. They look at the team, they're begging him, get back in that spawn, boy.
Yeah, get on sniper, please, please. Like, it's really funny. All the spy I've seen so far this LAN have just been terrible.
Yeah, they really have.
Yeah. But that just means we have a great spy play, coming up.
Yeah, I mean, like,
we've got one.
Every person that gambles, the big payout actually does come. You just give up too early.
Yeah. This is all how that works. QB's going to be sniping from lower. I think Nikki saw him, so that should make it very unlikely. It's pretty easy to avoid using the bottom entrance. S&H.
Oh. So both snipers get a sight on each other, but not a shot. I like running a sniper, even though if you feel like there's a difference in skill amongst the two. But not that I'm saying it's here, but it's always worth running a counter sniper against a sniper, because it just puts out that pressure. And you can always snipe an unsuspecting sniper. Yeah.
Like, sniper is pretty much the best counter to sniper, right? Like, you just kill him instantly. He's standing still. It's so easy. Like genuinely, a really bad sniper can kind of kill a really good sniper if the other guy's not, looking at him.
Yeah. And they're doing what other good snipers do, is they're constantly rotating, keeping them guessing on every single door, location, information war here between the two teams.
Gotta just take it slow. We got a Z's dropped in chat from Delhi 2 minutes ago.
2 minutes ago? Yeah. It just turned up 2 minutes ago, Delhi.
Yeah. All right. Oh. Yeah. I really like this angle. This feels like the only angle where you can actually get stuff done, because the medic is very often standing on the dispenser.
And plus the dispenser is there. You know that they want to congregate there. They can't easily adjust.
Yeah. The big
the balance factor is the shutter door, though.
Yeah.
Haunts goes down to the sentry gun. I mean, you've got to try.
Yeah.
You can't win the lottery unless you buy a ticket.
Yep. You do have 5 minutes. I kind of feel like the recent American LAN where they had 4 minutes timer, that one felt perfect. No. But they actually have an extra minute to work with here. I'm trying to think of the dirtiest things you could do to try and break these last holds. And I'm thinking offensive engineer where you just have a teleporter.
Well, there's that one soldier unlock where you load 4 rockets at a time and people jump with it.
Oh yeah, the beggar's bazooka. That could definitely be a thing.
Yeah.
Well, why not?
I think they're good for these sorts of situations with the sentry gun, because it makes you go quite high in the sky, and you can kind of sync up. It's basically a synced up rockets in a can.
Yeah, so and sentry guns are pretty bad at looking up.
Yeah, so you can kind of kite them a little bit. They're just going to pop in the Uber. It is a couple of seconds left, but I'm not sure if they'll be able to do anything in time with said Uber. And yeah, Patchouli just pops his Uber just to be extra safe at this point. 1 second left. It's a stalemate. We're going for another mid.
Snakewater shows itself as reliable here. as all the worst games so far.
Yeah, well, my prediction is looking kind of right. The only difference is that nobody's got that early round on the board that wants to facilitate just doing this sort of pin over and over again.
But turbo taps, an early round on Snakewater can happen in like the first 15 minutes sometimes. You know, so I'm going to give you some leeway on this one.
Thank you, my friend.
Yeah,
All right, so it's another redo. Let's just erase about 8 minutes of our previous memory, as we will try for another mid. And this time, maybe we might learn some lessons, because Haunts did a lot of work for that previous mid. So eyes on it, this man. And already they actually find the weak link. That's Juxta, just taking too much spam and hatred to start off our mid. And they're going to try and counter by throwing in the soldiers early and now. I don't know what Raph was hoping to achieve there. I guess he was just taking a fighting kitchen and just went awry. And already Patchouli and co are out.
We're back to last, baby. We're just instantly back, as they're going to probably put up a sentry gun, put up the heavy. Nicky, I think he's going to try and go in before the sentry gun gets up, maybe. Decides not to go for it. He sees the heavy, locks eyes with him, and just immediately...
They haven't quite captured second, so they will be pushing this without a scout. And they do get a kill onto Delhi, and they're still seeing if they can humor this idea of a slow push, but they just back out instead.
Yeah, I think they're going to take this opportunity to go for the engineer, set up the sentry gun. You really do want that sentry gun in the middle. I almost feel like Snakewater would be somewhat more pushable if we just made like the middle in there unbuildable.
Is there a way for map? Is there a way for a map to do that? Can you just like make it really bumpy or something?
I mean, you can make it. You can put it as unbuildable. That's just like a.
Oh, is that
a property?
actual?
Yeah, that's a
but I
property.
think that's like a map making sin, isn't there? Because you're supposed to not be like, you know.
It's considered a crutch.
You know, like classist.
Yeah. Like, it kind of means you probably designed it wrong. I think a better solution would be to make the point a little bit wider so it can cover all the entrances. So imagine if you can look out through the drop
or maybe
down.
have some open doorways, perhaps, so you can like just get in a bit easier, like span down that sentry gun.
Yeah, Nicky's going to take a fight with a soldier here through the drop down edge. Actually,
they do get the sentry gun, and
yeah.
they get Delhi as well.
Wow.
This has to be the push, 100%.
Delhi has been dying a lot.
But Disky's gone down as well. He's just, I guess, feeling for his fellow Demo brethren, and Nicky going down pretty early. They do force out the Uber charge out of them over on 3.5 stars. So Piggles just backs out with his scout taxi, but this means it's a very weak second hold for them. They might have to come back out and give that up.
I'm kind of surprised they didn't just go all in there with 2 scouts. 2 scouts can kill quite a lot, but they decided to just use this full Uber with a full team on everything. Who cares if they're going to have to push like several points here.
They're suspecting a soldier, some sort of sack play to get that Uber charge early. That was a nice trap from Delhi, and that might give them some opportunity, but no, if they think against it, they're just going to go back to last.
Oh, yeah.
So this is that back and forth I was talking about, where it's like, oh yeah, we can push out, but not really.
No. Like they're in Uber down right now. So they are in big danger of being pushed. This would have definitely been a push if Atisky had been alive. So very unfortunate death there for him. I'm trying to think of what gimmicky things he can come back on, but I can't think of anything better than stickies and pipes.
Yeah, I mean, once upon a time people used to use the quickie launcher, but I don't.
I think they banned it.
Oh, they banned it. Oh,
I actually think, I think people are just actually.
Oh yeah, I think that you're right. You are 100% right.
All right, we've got some soldiers in the skybox. They're really high up.
But truly, 25 HP has to use as another rocket did come out. So very well played by Haunts and Nicky to kind of like not only deal with that sentry gun sort of hatred, but get the force out onto Patchouli. So
we've got it again. Come on, this is the one.
They won't suspect this now. They probably think that QB is done with Spy for an absolute age, but nothing can bring this man down.
Yeah.
But I think they're more than aware of it.
Pickles is definitely looking around, making sure to stand with the walls against, or backs against the wall.
Uncloaks now. It is a very loud decloak though. Oh, please don't go for the soldier. He went for the soldier. Okay, well they had to get some sort of kill, and they already Ubered in. They're dealing with the sentry gun that's hiding in the hidden spot. It's actually still not been killed though. So
yeah, and Soda's going to come in through a lobby right now.
Gets a kill onto Piggles, and yeah, this is going to give them ammunition to go into the second point with.
Yes, this is absolutely a situation where you should push off of this. They might want to wait for some respawners here. There are only 4 alive. It's very difficult to stop anyone from going behind.
Or is it back cap time, though, for MANDEM? This is the scary part. This is why you see the teams a little bit more lenient about spending that overcharge at second and having that disad for the team that's on last. Because you can just go for that alternate win condition, just cap the point, lol.
Yeah, just slip by. There's so many ways you can go under. You can, and then when you're under, you can either go up or you can go.
Look, they don't even want to push. They're just doing sentry guns and things like
that.
that.
They are fully committed to making Snakewater the worst map.
Yeah, Snake. 2 minutes left on this round, so
that's the thing about Snake's turbo tab. They can't run.
You can only sit.
Yep. You can only slither at a snail's pace.
Sad. I don't know what you... Alright, okay. I'm just trying to entertain the Sen. Obviously, these teams are trying to entertain themselves. They're spamming each other's sentry guns. They're trying to spam the people that are spamming the sentry guns.
Yeah, Hans is in. Alright, he's...
Patrouille's taking no damage, though. I think that was a bit of the armor, the Iron Man, kind of kicking in there, taking a lot of that rocket damage.
Yes. Just get down, Mr. President. I'll take this damage. Thank you very much. As QB's going to see if he can get a bit of an angle inside of the lobby right now. And when I say right now, I meant 10 seconds ago. He just immediately gives up on it. They just don't want to go out there. Like, they have a plan here, TurboTab. They're just going to win mid, roll them, and otherwise they'll just...
It's like a soft protest of the map, you know? You're just saying to the map maker, like, no, we want change. We won't move.
Yeah, this is the 3.5 stars map pick, though, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if this is the strategy to win, and I think it is many a time like the best way to just come back into a game is just let's just try mid again.
Yeah. And this is kind of why I like the 4 minute instead of 5 minutes. It's just a little less time to do it. But Patchouli is going to get forced there. Really nice jump in from Nikki. Perfectly timed. Nice pipe there from Deli onto Hans as well.
They're using a little bit of the tail end of this Uber to do something here over on 3.5 stars. They're going to throw in a soldier. Actually gets the force out of Pickles. I'm not sure if he really needs to use the Uber there. It felt more like those rockets looked a lot more dangerous than they actually were for Pickles.
Yeah, I think he wanted to just make sure that Adiski didn't die because, you know, if you hold on to the Uber but your demo man dies, you still can't push.
Well, there's only so many seconds left as well, so they're going to just try and walk it in dry here. Fortunately, the sentry gun is in a spot that is very spammable. It's mainly a surprise factor rather than any of that.
Oh,
they do take out the sentry gun and he gets picked off in the sky. And yeah, the heavy weapons guy doing his job, kind of solidifying. I don't know why he switched off, to be honest, but they're going to switch back to scout and play it from here. That poor lowly soldier of duo.
It's 10 seconds.
Oh, Nikki.
Oh, man. That's a sort of duo. They're 2 corpses next to each other. And they just don't even push it. There's 5 seconds. They can't even get it now. So it's going to be another round reset here, TurboTabs.
Oh, my. Okay, well, it's fine. Third time is the charm.
Yeah.
So, and I think it's all been MANDEM all the time. This is the from the first mid? Yeah, the first mid. So that was a strong showing from Haunt. And I think the second mid was a different flavor of losing, though. I think that was just Juxta being pressured out. So let's see if they can maybe come at this from a different angle. Form 3.5 stars. What do you change up here, Peter?
Honestly, these mids, maybe you just go for the med, like really aggressively, try to jump from soldiers behind, that kind of stuff. But I don't know. I don't think either team's mids have been like atrocious or anything. So.
Yeah, Nikki just trying to bait out some attention, keep the eyes away from the prize. That is probably Haunts. And no, instead of kitchen flank instead, that's going to take a while to like load in here as Raph actually will get picked off from this kitchen area. So well dissected and isolated by MANDEM. And instead they're going to overwhelm Nikki to punish that sort of play. And again, even though they've got numbers on their side, they're not quite pushing across for my liking. They will eventually pick off Deli. And Patchouli, actually there's a big flank coming in from Haunt, so with Patchouli going down, this has got to be a good recipe for them to get this round tidy.
Yeah, and just, oh my god, these Haunts lands rockets, they're so good. Like, Haunts has been really, really good so far.
I'm telling you, man, it's solid gameplay coming from this man in his land.
Yeah, and they're going to have a real Uber at. This is the push, TurboTab.
This is it. Surely. It's a level 1 sentry gun, though. Usually you have somebody perched and kind of keeping an eye out on things during all of this, but it's fine. That's what the Uber charge is for. It's built on the left-hand side. It's not in a sneaky position. We're just kind of all waiting slowly to get all our buffs sorted, and in we go. The sentry gun cleaned up, the sniper ignored, and the damage moved to the left-hand side. He's trying to pour out as much as he can. He hides away, a bit of point pressure, forcing those players out, and the scouts can finally go to work, put more point pressure in, and there you go. That's what they needed, just that ubercharge advantage to go into last with.
Yeah, very clean push there. That was very well done from them. Like, as soon as they got them onto the point and Hans could just like stand there and shoot down on it, shoot the ground, get kills, get win, that was beautifully played by them.
All right, this is the win condition now. They have that round to lord over the enemy team with, so even if you go to all these stalemates, you're winning the game, baby.
Yeah, and this is definitely going to put a spanner in the works of 3.5 stars. You can definitely tell they were just waiting to win a mid and roll them all the way. But now they're going to have to actually be much more aggressive. So this should actually liven up the game a whole bunch. As these two soldiers going to come in, just bang up pads against the wall and just take him down.
Truly kill early on. Piggles can just back out here, keep himself safe, but he's actually sticking around with his team in this area. I'm not too sure about that, as they will get these sacks coming in from 3.5 stars, and the confidence of these scouts, S&H, holds the ground. Duo almost gets the kill, but Piggles doesn't spare too much of his life away for his team.
Yeah, it looks like MANDEM might have found a bit of extra confidence right now. They're just really rolling and really controlling these mids. They were retreating there. S&H was kind of caught in mid, and he was just like, nah, I'm not caught in here.
Yeah. Desperation isn't a feeling, it's a stench, and you can smell it sometimes, and I can smell it all the way from here, Beta. 3.5 stars are going to feel just really desperate at this point, doing silly moves at this point.
Yeah. Same Uber as last time. Gonna put them in here. As Hans is actually just in super aggressive.
Air shot, ignore all the damage and just go for God, everybody was actually staring a bit into the sky. Too busy dealing with whoever was kind of cutting across, and the point play just turns into a point.
Yeah, there we go. Adis is gonna pan everyone in sight.
Okay, so you got 2 rounds up, you got your little cushion, you're going to feel very safe now. So now even if you just kind of make an uncharacteristic mistakes on this mid and get rolled a bit, you've got, you know, some time to snap out of it. And 3.5 stars, this is where like things start getting a bit quieter in Mumble. You start panicking a little bit, maybe tilting ever so slightly, but...
Yeah, this is where you show your mettle when things are going bad. They're going to go in for a very quick mid, very aggressive.
I like this position from Raph. Just deny that health pack, and it opens up a lot of flank options. Nicky instead, though, is going to get the kill onto Patchouli. So now it makes things kind of simple for MANDEM. They just need to back out with Piggles and take it from there.
They went so all in on 3.5 stars that they didn't leave a single person with their medic. Nicky just had all the time in the world to take Patchouli down, and unfortunately, doing that all in aggressive mid.
Oh no, they're going to double down. They're going to go for the back cap maybe.
You think so?
Yeah, I see players perched in the kitchen, and yeah, they're trying to push from this flank side round. They've already bringing back Boulder to actually address some of these players, but they're pretty low. I think the more than QB turning things around. Oh, S&H has got his number, so things can go back to more of a normal state of gameplay at this midpoint. Mid-fight. They have Piggles with an Uber charge, so they can get aggressive with this if they want to, but they're slowly just keeping it in and taking the 3 kills given to them at this midpoint.
Yeah, and Droll finds himself in a bad position as well, too far forward, unable to get out, unable to get into the medic either. Just kind of caught in no man's land where he's unable to do much.
It's a slow push on the sky for MANDEM, as they just obviously want to use this Uber charge or at least save it for this last point. Does mean that it buys a bit of time for 3.5 stars to get their own, but if you're at last, you've this Uber charge is kind of only really used for defensive at this point.
Yeah, yeah, it's annoying to just sit here and last now, because you can really. This is kind of like the tables have been turned, right? Where before 3.5 stars, they were happy to just play it slow, never push out. We don't need to do anything. Yeah. We're just going to sit here and get the round reset. But now, they're less able to do that because they're behind.
It's changed the game plan. This is not an FPS game anymore. It's a resource game. Your time is your precious resource. Do you wait out the entire 4 minutes that you need for the round reset? But that means you only have 4 minutes left to get 2 rounds back.
Yeah, that is going to be so difficult to do here. Duo is taking space in lobby. Looks like they might be making their way out here to try and see if they can actually send in a guy to get that precious Uber Force out. But QB unable to make his way all the way out. And yeah, actually, you know, right now, MANDEM, I would have thought they would have just sat back and do nothing for a while. Just like, and really try and squeeze 3.5 stars. But that's not what they've been doing. They've actually been playing normally, trying to put on pressure, taking down the sentry guns, going in for suicides. And this time around, they actually get punished quite a bit.
Disky?
Oh, he saw the medic.
I mean, yeah, he was just like a moth to a flame. He couldn't help himself and, yeah, just ran forward. I mean, with 2 rounds on the board, you maybe feel like you can get a bit more looser.
Yeah, SNH has gone sniper. We didn't really mention this. So far, he hasn't hit much. He's got like a single kill.
There's no sentry gun, though.
Oh, he sees the medic. Oh my, this is so close.
Oh, they use the Uber charge over on Patchouli, and they don't really need to use the Uber for MANDEM at all. They just back out 3.5 stars, don't want to overcommit. That's probably the gameplay. There's a couple of players down, so they can maybe overwhelm them, force this Uber charge in a very bad situation, but with 1 player already down for 3.5, and a Doorman kill to boot, you could just call this a good Uber and maybe even roll this into last.
Yes, they have a lot of presence right now. I don't even think there's a sentry gun on last. No,
Disky is at last. He's knocking at the door. The Wolf could probably set up stickies on the point if he wanted to, but he's going to let a scout do it instead. He's just going for the pipes instead. Everybody else is coming in from the doors. He's bought so much time and space for his team, but I do kind of wonder if he just kind of quietly slivered past and stood on the point, he could have won the round there.
Yeah, maybe if they played more aggressively, they could have gotten that. As it was, a heavy came out and they were just unable to deal with him. Haunt is in a sneaky spot. He's just hovering in a corner.
He sees the medic. Nice couple of sig rockets. Gets the Patchouli kill. Very clean from Haunt. Very clean performance being established.
Yeah, really nice job there. It's always funny to see like these guys. They know all those little corners. It's only like specific walls where you can do this ramp slide thing, where you're just being stuck. Yeah, Haunt knows them all, I think. As just perfect timing, perfect execution. They're going to have another shot at this here. Piggles full Uber ad. They're going to take second. And this is where they don't even need to push last. If they just hold now, they probably win.
All right, 5 minutes left. You can't realistically use a round reset at this point because you not only need 1 round, you need 2 rounds. So. Yes. And that's just not enough time to get that second round on the board. So you're going to have to start finding ways out of this last point.
It's actually a crit screen on Patchouli.
Yeah, I like it. I like it when you just kind of, it's a very active weapon that just gets you doing something, kicks into a high gear. I mean, sadly though, it usually ends on a loss, but it gets things going, you know, win or lose.
Yeah. Like, you got to try something, and this is definitely a try at it, and even if it fails, you can
crits coming in, and insta-pop from Piggles. They were probably aware of it, and maybe even seen the beam as well, so telegraphed and controlled. The counter to the pretty easy counters. They will start walking in now, clean up a couple of kills and the sentry gun, get another round onto the board. They wanted to do something, that something was MANDEM winning another round.
Yeah. Piggles, he's feeling himself right. I love how he's just always like doing some shit talking in chat. It's all good stuff. But yeah, this might have been it here, Turbo.
Yeah, this is, I know it's a 3-0 on the screen to you guys at Twitch chat, but it's probably a 5-0 in the hearts of 3.5 stars. So.
We have 420 to actually get this, which is possible, but extremely unlikely.
Yeah, you're going to have to start unplugging cables in another room, I think, if you want this to happen.
Yeah, which is it's actually a good shout, right? Like, this is where it's really...
I mean, I don't see it written in the rules, Sodium. You can just like start unplugging things. Duo actually finds a kill early on to Piggles. This is probably the round they were more hoping for and all these other games, but it just didn't come into fruition. And you can kind of like quote maybe like, oh, they're not trying as hard now, MANDEM. They kind of know that they've won at this point. They just need to not gigalose.
Well, the thing is, if you are going to come back, right? Like, you need to win mid, and you need to keep your medic alive, and you need to kill the enemy medic. They did all of those 3 things.
And they've got the scouts already set up for making the second point cap quickly. Obviously, the explosive casters are going to get back in time. Here they all are. Avengers assemble, as we are going to take this uber advantage going into last. We're not going to Giga lose again, surely, on MANDEM.
Nope, they just uber in there. They don't lose anyone to the sniper. Take down the sentry gun.
Oh my god, did you see that, Demo Man?
Yeah, gets launched into the team.
A lot of point pressure as well. They're going to cap it right in front of them. I mean, where were you when 3.5 stars made the comeback, Beta?
Yeah, just do that 2 more times. You're good to go. That's exactly how you do it.
All right, MANDEM, we can start turning on monitors again now. It's okay.
MANDEM is famously known for choking in playoff. I didn't want to mention it, but it is a real thing.
The curse is real? Okay, I'll start believing
I'll start
believing in voodoo the second I see another 3.5 star round.
Yeah. Like, I'm actually nervous. I've talked myself into being nervous now.
Okay, so Delhi, that's got to give a confidence to Adero Man. Though he's already perched up, stepped on the bit. He's bullying poor Disky. Haunts wants to put a stop to it. Kill the Patrulli. Get the medic down. Cut the head. The body will die. But the body is still slapping here, Peter.
Yeah, Pickles is alive.
Oh no, Pickles is caught. 45 HP. 8 HP. Still alive.
Wow, those dodges, those pipes. Really well done here. There's going to be another mid here for 3.5 stars, but this time
Crit Creek from Patrulli.
Yes.
Oh no, he has to fight a scout. Nobody meets him.
No.
So no Crits Creek today. It's fine. They don't need a medic, says the rest of 3.5 stars. We'll just cap it in of itself. And SNH fighting will lose to Juxta in the 1v1. And they instantly lose the second point just because they haven't got the heals to sustain it. QB going down.
Yeah, kind of feels weird to say that, but like not having the crit is not as important as not having the heals. Yeah, you just can't do anything here, but they're going to have to.
I mean, they have to push though, and they've got a minute left, and it's the easiest Uber of your life. Dream Uber for everybody involved.
Oh,
nice little pipe. And yeah, easy cleanups. 1 minute left. I'm calling it. Time of death, 3.5 stars. What is the time, actually?
I don't know. we forgot to install a clock.
Yeah. But
what
time of death, 16:12, 3.5 stars. It's over for them. Their LAN is more than done. I mean, they've got 50 seconds left on the operating table, but they're done, Peter.
Yeah, Raph gets air shot a whole bunch, survives annoyingly, so we can't use it. As a duo, go in there. There are only 5 players. That's nothing to you.
Yeah.
QB is in behind.
Oh my god. Agent QB goes down.
Yeah.
I mean, they can maybe get like a bonus round, make those logs just look ever so shiny, but well.
Delhi just hitting the pipes.
Yeah. Pyros, real shenanigans. Get your clown shoes on, get in the clown car. We're going to Clown Town. 4-1 is the score line. Confidently can be said.
Yeah.
Okay. That be it, Peter.
Yeah.
What can you do? 2-0 in a best of 3.
Yeah, MANDEM, they, as predicted, at least by me and not production, are slightly better. I do feel like they are just, they have that one extra gear where they just slowly win it out. So, yeah, there we go. Got the win in and everything. Yeah. Wonderful stuff. And MANDEM deserved it. Didn't choke. Almost choked, but didn't quite.
Oh man, I don't speak Polish.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. There we go. Translation. Maybe I can speak Polish. I'm just.
Yeah. We could have just guessed.
Yeah.
That's what you do.
I don't know. If I see a player's name, I'm going to think derogatory rather than positive.
Yeah. I just assumed, wonder, they're talking some trash. It's all good.
Okay, so congrats to MANDEM. They are going to go into the lower bracket final. Yep. And that isn't going to be casted by us, however. We're done, Peter. We can kick our feet up for the day.
Well, you can.
We'll go to the bar alongside with 3.5 stars, give them a kind of final farewell before we boot them out the lab.
Yeah. I'm going to go sit at the observer computer, and I'm going to miss every single air shot.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, I guess I'm just done. But before I go, let's look at some logs, and then, we'll say a quick salute. Goodbye.
Yeah. Goodbye, Freddie. Like, 3.5 stars. They went from being the worst team in Prem. Literally, they finished last into being the 4th best team at Liz LAN.
Yeah, they had that bit of LAN magic about them. And I think the land magic might have hurt them as well because they had to get up in the morning and deal with the hangovers.
Yeah, it could be. Like
Delhi
was dying a lot. Like 8 and 14. That's rough.
Yeah. Truly, obviously, just an absolute difference compared to Piggles. They was just struggling on mids. These mids were just not really thought about or sorted or dealt with in any shape or manner. I think every single mid fell to MANDEM. And they all fell in different ways as well. It wasn't just like, oh man, we can't crack this strategy. It must have been like every kind of way you could lose mid.
Yeah. I feel like the one concept was that Hans and Nikki were very consistently getting a lot of work done in one way or another. Maybe it was some kills, maybe it was some damage, maybe it was like getting behind and playing it out that way. But yeah, just very consistently doing a lot. Also, I just noticed that Baldur only died twice.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's very good for him.
Yeah. The round resets as well. Just I think facilitating again more towards MANDEM because obviously they got the conditions they were looking for. That uber advantage until last. So yeah, pretty cookie cutter. Not really much to analyze past that point. It was just basically like you said, like that med fights only.
Yeah. That's what it somehow felt like. It got better towards the end, you know. Once there was actually an incentive to push out of last and not just stalemated there, it got a lot more interesting, I think. But yeah, I do not like Snakewater, and I am biased in that way. But never mind that. As MANDEM versus TF2, that's going to be a cracking game, and should be very interesting to see what happens with TF2 and. Yeah.
So let's start, swapping out some graphics. Let's start swapping out some casters, and let's swap out the teams as well. So that's a goodbye from me for now, and you'll see Beta a bit more in the observatory station.
Yes.
Otherwise, we'll see you guys real soon for the lower bracket final.
Heavy on point. Let's go for sword. Nice. Playing it like a set, baby. Playing it like a set. Yeah, that was sick.